Prescott joins me now. He's a former Deputy Prime Minister, also an alleged victim of hacking, it's got to be said. It was a friendship with the former Deputy Editor of the News of the World, Mr. Wallace, Neil Wallace, that ultimately led to these two resignations of two top British cops today. Neither are being accused or alleged to have taken bribes, but were you surprised they've gone?
No, I'm not. I've been calling for them to go for a while. If you take the Commissioner, Sir Paul, he in fact has been actively involved with the Murdoch press and this man since 2006. He was even dining and wining with them when there was an actual investigation going in to the criminal acts of the Murdoch operation, and that was close with the police, and that's what makes it very suspicious. But he also blamed an officer. He said that his officer hadn't told him, because one of the cries in all this is, "I didn't know, Gov." Everybody says from Murdoch down, "I never knew." But in this case, the man who had the evidence was indeed Mr. Yates, who constantly told me my phone had not been hacked into. The second inquiry forced by my intervention with the court showed that it had been done 44 times. He then admitted quite recently, and only came out just recently, that he had 10 bags of evidence that he didn't feel he had to go into. Now, if that was what he knew, what did he tell the Commissioner when the Commissioner tried to quieten the Guardian, and they exposed all this? It is this incestuous relationship between the press and indeed the police, and at the background is the B Sky bid, which they want to give us a Fox News. And if you wonder what's going to happen here with Murdoch, if he'd have got his way, we'd have had a Fox News, not something I'm very happy about.
John, the Mayor of London said today, with reference to these two resignations, both of which he had to accept in his position, there is, and I quote, absolutely nothing that has been proven against the probity or the professionalism of either man. But in both cases, we have to recognise that the nexus of questions about the relationship between the Met, that is the Metropolitan Police Force, and the News of the World was likely to be distracting to both officers in the run-up to the Olympic Games. Now, this is an effort, of course, to try and restore the Met's reputation. Will it work at this point?
It's not the Met's reputation he's worried about, it's his. He's in an election as an elected mayor. And he is the man, when it first came out, when a handful of us were trying to say during the last 3 years, there's something rotten in our state between the police and the press and very close relationship with politicians. He described that as a Labour fix. He said it was a load of codswallop. Now, of course, he's desperately trying to show that he wants to clean the act up. He should have been doing that when it mattered.
Former Deputy Prime Minister John Prescott joining us on what is the top story of the day.